Hi Radhika, thank you so much for being part of our 60 Days, 60 Voices. This is a learning and really a collaboration initiative where we create a robust network for small businesses who have been hit in a post-COVID world. So what we feel is that by taking these voices, we feed these learnings back into this big ecosystem so that we can really proceed for a way forward and which is built around a collective shared purpose. So thank you once again for joining us. As a starter, it would be great if you could just let us know a bit about yourself and your organization.
Thank you, Archita. Thank you so much for having me here, and thank you for this initiative that you all are taking. I'm Radhika. I run Champaca Book Store, Library and Cafe in Bangalore. Champaka is a highly curated bookstore. It has a children's library for children under 12 years as well as a cafe. Our cafe uses locally sourced ingredients to support local businesses and serve fresh, comforting food. We're a women-run organization and we employ more than 80% women in our organization. We hold events as often as twice a week to further conversations and discussions around underrepresented and diverse books and authors, but primarily, but also films, music, and art. So we're trying to form an experience and a community around this space.
It's really interesting, but I'm sure there has been some impact in this time as with everyone else. So what is the biggest challenge really that you're facing?
So, if you'd asked me 1 month ago, our challenges were quite different. But now I think, like everyone else, we also have different challenges. What we have done so far in the last 1 year, we have established a very strong offline presence in Bangalore. We've come to be known for certain things as a space in Bangalore. But now what we've realized that given the situation and the fact that retail businesses are probably going to be affected for the rest of the year or longer, I'm not sure, we have to quickly find a way to move online.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that we were planning to do anyway, but not in this quickly. Not we were hoping to establish a stronger offline presence. But I think this is one of the challenges we're facing right now, to be able to quickly have processes and build networks that we can move into an online space, but in a careful, value-based manner, so that we continue doing what we're doing and not move away from our basic principles.
Interesting. So how can other entrepreneurs adopt the same challenge of, being offline and now having to go online?
So I think these are, again, we've only been operational for a year, but with whatever I've seen and learned from in this short time and spoken to people, I've realized that we have to be very we have to be adaptable and we have to be resilient. So, for example, we curate books for people, and we want to now continue doing that, but as an online subscription model, so that when people they want to read a book, but they also want our curation and our selection for the books that we recommend to them, they can go online and they can buy an online subscription for the rest of the year. That means that we also can continue doing what we're doing and people can continue getting the books in their homes. Or for example, earlier we had not were not part of Swiggy, Tanzo, other online platforms that served food. Um, that delivered food. So that this is something again that we're working towards. As soon as they start onboarding people, we will work towards going there. So I think we have to keep changing and reinventing ourselves in a way that we still remain relevant. One of the other things that we did is, as soon as we had to close down, we realized that it was going to be really difficult because we want to continue employing the people we employ and we want to continue supporting them and paying rent and doing all the things that we're doing. So we launched a voucher program immediately, where people who have been supporting Champaka and buying books from Champaka all this entire year could buy books at a discount through the voucher and then redeem that voucher at any point in the year. So it's something that our customers were also getting, but also helped us sustain ourselves through this month.
Interesting. And as this being a collaborative effort and a collaborative network, what is the biggest support that you need?
So in the short term, I think the biggest support that we need is figuring out how to um, immediately, but in a thoughtful and value-based model, go online and continue doing what we're doing. So there are many parts involved in this, whether it's figuring out the correct financial model for this, or whether it's figuring out what are the correct online networks involved in this, or figuring out um, a whole bunch of different things that need to go into this. Also, like we need to the correct tech to support our endeavors. So there are a whole bunch of different things that go into this. In the long term, I think I would really like Champaca to have a board of advisors that can help us grow more sustainably, have some solid financial planning, and generally have these kind of people to advise us so that we are more resilient as an organization as we grow.
Champaka, I think that brings us to the end of our voice of the entrepreneur. Thank you so much once again, and thank you for showing that when there are challenges, there are opportunities as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ashita.
Thank you.